What's up, everybody? Brian Mann here, hands-on hour training. Right now, it is February 3rd, 2022. Guys, that snowstorm's going on outside. It is about, I'm showing 12:25 my time, Eastern Standard. Premium members, tonight we have our meeting. This is going to be going over some basic stuff on the bench with a mass airflow sensor, just showing you some cool stuff I found. I have a tool that I think everybody should have that's less than $15. I'm going to share that with you. I am thinking about doing like a little segment of little tools or something, like I don't know, like we got the end of day videos. I'm thinking about trying to do something else where I show you some tools or whatever as its own, I don't know, playlist, I guess they call that on the YouTube here. So I'm thinking about that. Guys, I didn't get my videos out yesterday. I have some raw footage that I'm just going to toss up here, and I might narrate over because I'm pressed for time. Got a couple things going on here. Yesterday started out with a 2015 Chevy Silverado. This was just a TCM replacement, no problem there, gravy train. We're programming that to the latest and greatest calibration. It should be starting any second here, as you see. Well, I'll get back to that in a second. Look at this fine piece of quality engineering on the floor here. The Pentastar Chrysler, right? Guys, these are those camshaft magnetoresistive style sensors. So don't ever put these camshafts on a metal bench. It'll ruin the magnet on them. You can kind of see the spots where the spaces are. Somehow or another, these things can get messed up if they touch other pieces of metal. So just always be aware of that. It's super important if you're actually doing any major engine work. But as you see here, our programming is started, and I will be catching up with you guys on the next one. After that, we did a 2008 Saturn Vue body control module. Guys, I have the complete programming process up on the membership site for the core or premium members. If you're a core or premium member, you have access to this procedure. I walk you through, looking at the service information and then step by step. It's a little bit choppy, but it's showing you how the whole job is done. Guys, after that job, we did a 2015 GMC Canyon. I was called out to program an HVAC control module. I'm going to give you some clips here that you can look at. It's a 2015 GMC Canyon, and we got ourselves a new HVAC control module. So you got your HVAC control head here, but this is actually the HVAC control module, this guy right here. So we're going to go ahead and program this. Of course, you see this label right there. That is the GM programming label, the wrench with the arrows going back and forth in a sideways CRT. So I gotta be honest with you, I don't think I've programmed one of these yet, so we're gonna see what happens here. We're gonna hop into SPS2. Go ahead and maximize that. And we're gonna go to replace and program. And just so you guys know, I do have my battery maintainer over there on the floor, keeping a maintained charge on this vehicle. Don't ever do any programming without doing that. So we're looking for the K33 here. This is the HVAC control module. We're going to select this like that. Programming, normal, and we're going to go to next. So I hear the whole country's bracing for this big storm. I hope everybody's doing well and ready. Hopefully we don't have no issues there. Guys, I gotta tell you what, I didn't do my pre-scan in this vehicle, and you can see we got an airbag light on. So before I start my programming, I'm gonna go ahead back and see what's up. But oh, we also got this, $43.99. How about that? So let's go ahead and hit the reset button. Let's go to our GDS2 and see what's going on here. We're gonna bring this up, hit enter. And we're going to go to vehicle diagnostics. I want to see what's up here, get a pre-scan. I should have done that first. I always talk about that, but sometimes you see I slip up. It doesn't take much. But I do see we got the airbag light on, and let's see. So we do have an airbag light code, or should I say an SIR code. I'm going to go through and check the other modules here. And the HVAC control module has 10 codes stored in it. Let's go ahead and hit our details so we can see what's going on. We got a left front impact sensor for our inflatable straight module, sun load sensor, rear blower speed circuit. We got a bunch of codes going on here for our HVAC control module. It looks as though I would say it's not programmed properly for the vehicle. Lost communication with device on LIN bus, air quality sensor, duct temperature sensor, shorted ground, all kinds of stuff going on here. And That's interesting. Let's go ahead into the HVAC control module itself. I'm thinking I want to go into that module and check the identification information. So we're going to actually go over here right to module diagnostics and find our HVAC module. And the reason I want to go into this module by itself is just to make sure what VIN number may be stored in there. Also identification information like this right here. So you can see our VIN number is all Y's, so that's blank. And we got those calibrations. So I don't know why it wasn't able to read when we went into module programming. So let me go ahead and minimize this, and we're going to try this one more time in SPS. I'm going to go ahead and replace and program, and we're going to maximize this and hit next. And I am going to make sure my VIN's correct here. Based on that, looks like it is. HVAC control module, K33, and we'll hit the next button. And if this still airs out, it might be time to check the powers and grounds to it. And also talk to the technician and ask them what codes they were having before, because it sure is odd that we got that 4399 error code. Let's see, come on. Kind of froze up on us, see that? 4399. Well, so right now this thing's flat out not communicating whatsoever.
I mean, that seems about like how it was. I mean, it would work and then it wouldn't.
It's missing one of the connectors there? Okay.
Yeah, there's just three.
Just three, okay, cool. Well, at this point, I would say dive into it a little bit further. So one of the things that was really interesting here is that the original module didn't communicate all the time either. It would come and go with communication. And I did notice this one power code that was setting in both modules, both a new one and a used one. So at this point, I had to wrap it up and head on to the next one. After that, we had a 2014 Cruze at the same shop that has a Prindle switch error, or should I say park position error. I looked at this until a point where basically we got to get the front cover off the transmission and do more testing, but I'll take you along and show you what I've seen here. Here we've got ourselves a 2014 Chevy Cruze that doesn't come out of gear. It'll go into reverse, or should I say it doesn't shift into reverse, but it'll go into drive, but it goes pretty hard. So we're going to start out with a vehicle diagnostics, vehicle DC information. I'm going to see what's up here. I do believe that they put a manual position switch in it. I think that's what you call a gear position switch, this guy right here. So this was replaced. I don't know what the original codes were, but we're going to find out. Okay, so let's see what our details are here. And internal mode switch does not indicate park or neutral during start. And we have a lost communication with the transmission control module. Interesting. So invalid data. So that's interesting stuff there. I really think that we may find that this internal mode switch might not be reading right. Let's go ahead and get in the vehicle and try it out. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get into my data list here. We're going to go into module diagnostics and our transmission, K71. And we're going to go into data display. Transmission data should be easy enough. So I'm just clicking through. So our internal mode switch A, B, C, and P all read low. I don't think that's good. It says it's a manual. That's not what it should read there. So we probably got ourselves a problem with one of the switches. I'm going ahead and shifting this. Nothing's changing. So they're all reading low. That's not good. I'm surprised this vehicle will start. So it starts. If I put in reverse, I've got nothing. Put in the drive. We've got a hard drive, but nothing in reverse. It slams into drive. So A, B, C, and P right here. And we should see some activity on those. as we switch gears. Let's see if what else is reading. Make sure we're reading other data from our transmission control module. So we do have our input speed. I'm just looking at that. And let's find out some other live data, like maybe our control module voltage. I believe they may have that for us, like our ignition voltage, possibly. I want to see if they do. There we go, ignition voltage. I just want to make sure I'm reading the live data on this as we're looking at it. So we are. Now it's about taking a look at that internal mode switch. Why is it all reading low, 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 low? Our powertrain control module has an input to it here that can be tied low. We have this ground inside of our transmission control module assembly right here, and this is how all these switches get pulled low, but this is reading low. So I'm assuming we don't have a power to one of these here. I mean, like, I would assume this, where my fingernail is, and this one are probably all tied together as a power. We got some sort of resistor, and then we got a sense circuit. So of course, if there's a voltage drop across this resistor here, because this is going to ground, we'd see that on these input arrows, right? So I got to figure out where are our powers and grounds to this transmission control module. 15 amp, 15 amp, and this is all in the underhood fuse block. We want to check and make sure that these are both good. We know one of them's good, but we don't know about the other one. So this one is ignition. Look at this. This is another ignition in here. All right, so we're looking for F1UA and F5UA. Let's see how they hook us up here, if we can actually read this stuff. So 1 is TCM, and then 5, ignition, ECM, TCM. I can't imagine that one being bad, but let's take a look here. I gotta get my multimeter and locate these things. All right, I'm trying to do the best I can for you guys on a run here, but you know, we got 12 volts on our meter. I'm grounding my multimeter here. The key is in the run position, so I gotta have 12 on both sides here, and I do, and then we gotta have 12 on both sides here, and we do, so that's good. And just so you know, that is a P1915. Well, just so you guys know, right off the bat, this pretty much has us going to in-circuit testing. They're like, hey, move the shifter, and if it doesn't have the A, B, C, or P changing, if they don't match, go to circuit testing. And circuit testing says ignition off, remove the valve body cover. So they want you to take the whole cover off, and then go ahead and plug in the connector for the transmission, and then see what's going on. So unfortunately, I'm probably not going to go further on this one because I am very pressed for time. And the last job of yesterday was the 2008 Chevy Impala. They had a replacement engine control module. This was a used module. We got it done. So guys, that was my day yesterday. I'm going to go out and get some jobs done here this afternoon. Premium members, we got our membership meeting at Eastern Standard Time tonight. So I will see you there. If you guys have any questions or comments, let me know. You guys have a great day. Bye-bye.